Just go to ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
It's a busy day up at the Star. The Cowboys opened up nearly $5 million in cap space by redoing Dak's contract to an extent. They promoted Al Harris to make him the assistant head coach, and Leighton Vander Esch, who missed most of the season with a neck injury, announced his retirement from football today. The Spurs got a win in Austin, beating the Nets yesterday. They'll take on the Mavs tomorrow.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That goal is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
What's up, Danger? Can't stop me now.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportsstar.com. Wherever you are, however you may be joining, thanks for joining us this evening. Whether you're listening on 94.1 FM, sasportsstar.com, DRA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or you're on our YouTube channel or Twitch at SA Sports Star. Make sure to like, subscribe, notification show, Fred Records, Goldfinger, Fred Robert Casares, Carlos. What's going on, everybody in the bullpen? And speaking of the bullpen, the Houston Texans, their CEO, Cal McNair, apparently decided to go ahead and leak some of the uniform combinations, as it's a much darker blue, white. The red is almost obsolete in the white and blue rendition they showed us. Also, shocked that Cal McNair's on Reddit, leaking things on Reddit. I would have never expected the real Cal McNair to be a Reddit guy, but apparently he's in there leaking them. Goldfinger123 says fire. I don't know how I feel about him yet. Like, part of me likes it, and then I see the side by side. I'm like, man, that red number looks really good, though. I'm just indifferent right now. I guess I need to see what the rest of the edits look like. The blue, the white, the red, if they have a red. But with that red helmet that they have, I would imagine there's something there. And I'm still wondering if they're going to have the H-Town blue in it at any point. Gary Murphy says he's surprised I don't have any screw music in my opener. You know, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Missed opportunity by me. Maybe when I eventually redo the open, that will be a part of it. Get some chopped and screwed in there. Represent the H. Maybe put Mike Jones' phone number in there. Oh, man, the Cowboys made a bunch of moves today. It started earlier this morning, waking up and finding out that Dak did something with his deal, reworking the way a bonus was structured. And this isn't a restructure on the Cowboys' end. This was a move that Dak Prescott had to agree to. It adds a couple of void years on the end of it and opens up $4 or $5 million worth of cap space, giving the Cowboys currently at last check about $4.2 million in salary cap space. And with that, they have at least designated a little bit of that money towards Rico Dowdle, as it was announced that he will be coming back on a 1-year deal. He is, of the Cowboys on the roster, the leading rusher, returning almost 400 yards. So it's going to be very, very difficult. Vince Trevino says, Raider Nation here, Cowboy fan no longer. Wow. Are you out on him? Vince, are you out? Are you seriously out on the Cowboys? And really, the Raiders are your choice of team with Aiden O'Connell at quarterback? Really? It's not like the Las Vegas Raiders have been the epitome of a well-run organization over the last 20, 30 years, much like the Cowboys. That shocks me. I hope you're playing, VT. That doesn't feel like a step in any direction but laterally, as Goldfinger123 says. But to each their own. Hey, Aiden O'Connell train, baby. Because they're not in a position to draft a quarterback, at least as we sit right now. But that defensive line is going to be scary. Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins, my goodness. Cowboys also promoted Al Harris, adding assistant head coach to his title. Remember, they blocked him from interviewing with Dan Quinn up in Washington initially. And so now we see the plan. It was to add the assistant head coach title to him, as he will be the next man up for thing were to happen. Like this past season, remember, McCarthy had to miss a game. Health issue. I believe it was an appendectomy, if I remember correctly. Whew. Over the weekend, Michael Gallup was released. I heard he's got a visit with the Carolina Panthers coming up. So I will say this, Carolina's been making some moves to at least put things around Bryce Young this year to see if he's the guy. Leighton Vander Esch, after he being released on Friday afternoon, announces his retirement this afternoon, as he will be hanging up after 6 years. Neck injury that ended his season and had multiple neck injuries throughout his career, finally forcing him to the sidelines. But man, even more of a what if than was Sean Lee, because Leighton Vander Esch was a monster his rookie season, and unfortunately just could never get healthy again. I was a huge proponent of Leighton Vander Esch. As a matter of fact, I was at the draft up at Jerry World when they drafted him back in 2018. Saw them call his name, walked the stage. Remember, a bunch of Cowboy fans weren't too happy about the pick, but I was, because I thought he was a monster, and he was. The problem was he was just never healthy. Now you look at that 2018 draft class, and while there were a lot of hits, there's a lot of people not there anymore. And that's a tough one. But going back to Dak's deal, you look at Dak Prescott and what it means, right? I think it means that something is imminent. And we're going to discuss with Rob Thompson of the Morning Huddle, as he's going to join me coming up next here to talk about what Dak's reworking of his contract means in the big picture, Leighton's retirement, Al Harris's promotion, and of course, I can't have Rob on without talking some Spurs and tournament. That's all coming up next, right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Time is running out. We're almost sold out. Are you playing at the Golf Club of Texas? Get on it with plenty of prizes, including a shot at $50,000 in a trip to the big game. Presented by Sierra Auto Group. Go to sasportstar.com and get signed up. A 4-person scramble, $120 per player to join, or a group of 4 can sign up together for $400. Then, after your round, join the San Antonio Sports Star gang for the after party, where the Blitz will be live at 90 Proof Bar and Grill on the corner of Highway 90 and Lucky Ranch, 10 minutes from Golf Club of Texas. It's San Antonio's Spring Golf Classic, benefiting the Will Smith Foundation, Monday, March 25th, presented by Flight by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The ultimate March Hoops experience is in downtown Las Vegas. Don't miss out on Mega March at Stadium Swim at Circa Resort and Casino. There's no better place to take in the action than in the 6 pools at Circa with their 143-foot screen. Experience the game's poolside with various seating options. No matter the size of your group, Stadium Swim is the place to be. Find all the Stadium Swim options at circalasvegas.com and join Jason and Joe from the Blitz for Mega March at Circa Resort and Casino. Book now at circalasvegas.com.
I lock up my Old Spice Fiji aluminum-free dry spray to keep that 24/7 lasting freshness safe for myself. Fresh coconuts, palm trees in the wind. It's like catching waves in Fiji. Actually, I just talked myself into a refreshing spritz of Fiji. My Old Spice is missing! No!
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is great because you're rarely rewarded for just being you. Ever get rewarded for being left-handed? No. You get to use weird scissors. Your reward for being a Capricorn? Cold birthdays that conflict with the holidays. And your reward for quickly responding to every work email? More emails. But with Snapshot, even left-handed Capricorns with proper email etiquette could get rewarded for good driving. So download the Progressive app today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states.
Scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but new Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with new Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
A car is never just a car. Kelley Blue Book knows it's so much more than that. It's your commuting chariot, your road trip refuge, your I just need a reason to get out of the house. Your car is there for everything, and for everything car, there's Kelley Blue Book. Need a new set of wheels? Price it on Kelley Blue Book. Problem under the hood? Fix it with Kelley Blue Book. Can another car do the job better? Trade it or sell it on Kelley Blue Book. We're here mile after mile, moment after moment. Price it, fix it, trade it, sell it, KBB.com it. Visit KelleyBlueBook.com to get the journey started.
The NCAA tournament is here, and college basketball pick'em is the easiest way to get in on the action with Underdog Fantasy, a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports. And I love playing the pick'em game, and during the tournament, no better way to get in on the action than the pick'em game, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build a pick'em entry. Select higher or lower on all different kinds of stats in this week's NCAA tournament games for a chance to win big. You could win up to 100 times your money in a single night. Endless projections to choose from. So go to their easy-to-use mobile app or to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code STAR, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or go to ncpgambling.org. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code STAR.
We're here with Jose of the Gomez Law Firm. Jose, tell us a little about what makes the Gomez Law Firm different from all the other law firms in our area.
You know, we pride ourselves as being an open line of communications. We don't have an automated service. You're not going to ever dial our phone number and get some robot on the other line. You're always going to get a person 24/7. Our principal office is here in San Antonio, and we don't only say principal office because our main office is here. We say it because, again, Mr. Gomez was born and raised here, practicing law here in San Antonio in his community for almost 50 years. There are not many attorneys that can say that. If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm. We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gamas Law Fights.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the OrthoNow Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. OrthoNow provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, OrthoNow has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text KETTLE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text KETTLE to 321-321. That's KETTLE to 321-321.
Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at sasportstar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at sasportstar.com.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star. sasportstar.com, on our YouTube channel where you can like, comment, follow along. Daniel Bautista jumping in the bullpen. What's going on? Robert Casares Jr. says he believes the Trey Lance trade from last season just blew up in the Cowboys fans' face. And there's a lot to talk about in regards to the Dallas Cowboys, the Houston Texans, heck, even the Spurs and the NCAA tournament. And so when I have that many wide-ranging topics, I like to bring in my source for everything that you can throw against the wall all at once.
James, just say anything. Anything at all.
That will be one Mr. Rob Thompson of the Morning Huddle, who has had himself quite the afternoon. I'm not even sure you got a nap today, my friend.
I'm a lumberjack, and I'm okay, my brother. I'm a lumberjack. Been felling some wood today. That's what we say it in the industry. We felled a tree today.
Well, it stood no chance against you, my friend. So I hope all is well, and no joints or body
what have
tomorrow. Well, there's been a lot going on. I know this morning y'all talked about, because it broke early, Dak's deal. There was a couple of voidable years tacked on, and it frees up about $4 or $5 million worth of cap space. And with that, so far they have re-signed Rico Dowdle. So
good for Dak. I wonder if Dak knew that's why. Because RJ Ochoa, my co-host, partner in crime, and managing editor of the Blogging the Boys, he's kind of like permanently attached to the Cowboy wires, all that kind of stuff. And this morning when this first broke, he brought up something I found very interesting, because there's two ways that you could have modified Dak's contract. One was the Cowboys could have just gone in and restructured it in ways that the player really has no control over. He still gets his money. It's a way it's accounted for the Cowboys. And that's something the Cowboys could have done at any point. They could have already done it if they wanted to.
And that's about $25 million, right?
Yeah, there could have been they could have saved about $19 million off the cap. Don't count me, Ryan, but it's something in there. But they have chosen not to do that. But what did occur in RJ's parlance was kind of an olive branch, it appears, from the CAA and what's his agent to the Cowboys. Like, hey, we'll redo. This is something that Dak did not have to do, nor did he have to agree to it. So he agreed to a bit of a change, the 2 voidable years, yada, yada, but it allowed that $5 million to happen. And to find out that Rico was signed later in the day, I find very interesting. But it also kind of showed, in RJ's parlance, maybe an idea that the two parties are, in fact, obviously they're talking, or this couldn't have occurred. And it also might be headed toward what that could be, either the kind of deal that keeps Dak there forever, or something to kind of prepare for what might be an imminent end. I would assume it's going to be the latter and not the former, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm not surprised that Rico got signed. Now that's a whole other conversation. I guess he's RB1. I'm still standing by. This is the Deuce Vaughn era. We're just all just waiting for this to happen.
I was wondering how long it would take for you to jump, full force back into the Deuce Vaughn experiment.
Well, I just don't think he had, the opportunity. I mean, it's all about man meeting moment, and I'm not sure the moment ever arrived. So we'll see if it gets here this year.
Well, another thing that happened today while you were out lumberjacking is Leighton Vander Esch, the worst kept secret, announced his retirement today after being released on Friday, 6 years with the Dallas Cowboys. And I look at just the lost potential with him in Dallas, because it's a similar story to that the Cowboys knew all too well right before he ended up taking that job, Sean Lee. It's a very similar path.
At the end of the day, he served his purpose, and that is kind of the lifespan of a middle linebacker in the NBA. But that's not an NFL. Excuse me. That's not a long-term position in most parts of the world. So, I mean, the fact that he made it as long as he did with that bad neck, because we thought 3 years ago it was over. So, congratulations. Just like any other old NFL guy, here goes your workman's comp. So, good luck to you. Fare thee well. But, he served the thing well. And you brought it up, Sean Lee and guys prior to that. The guy that sat across from me in our studio, dial in. It is a position, if you are not built like a tank and do things the old school way, that the smaller range don't have a long lifespan. So it's bad news, because we saw what he meant early last year. He'll be missed. He was a locker room guy that I think a lot of people are gonna fondly remember, the Wolf Hunter.
Now I haven't talked to RJ about this yet personally, but can we officially call the Trey Lance trade, after seeing what Mac Jones and Justin Fields and others went for, a failure?
Well, I mean, what would have been a non-failure scenario in this deal?
Well, I mean, you're looking at a draft right now in which you don't have a 4th round pick because of this trade, and his contemporaries who played better than he did all went for less and played, all went for less compensation.
Oh yeah, they went for less, but for the most part, I will be honest with you, I'm surprised Fields went for so little, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
We'll judge this thing I'm not going to call that a failure today. I'm not even sure they're going to be able to hold on to him. There's going to be a little bit of difficulty just paying what he's due on that 5th-year option. So, as we watch the financial maneuverings for the Cowboys, and now, when they made that move today, it kind of cleared up just enough space for them to head into the draft and be able to sign whomever they drafted. Now, that $5 million, if it got eaten up by Rico, does he kick back 10% to Dak for this? Something to consider. And as we head into that, now they might be, as we sit, still in a position where they need to find some more money just so they can go into the draft, because that's a league mandated rule. You got to have the money in the bank to come to the draft. So I don't know what the ramifications of that are. It certainly doesn't feel like a big time running backs around the corner, but it looks like they're gonna have to make another move.
And that's what I meant by failure. I see what all these others went for with less, and you're going into a draft in which you have to fill all these holes, and you are now short Arsenal, and you just said you don't think he's ever going to play for Dallas. That on its face is a failure, isn't it?
Yeah, but at what point do we? Which failure do we want to talk about? We have a series of catastrophic failures that have led the Cowboys to the situation they find themselves. Go check out Blogging the Boys. RJ Ochoa was very happy to delineate by time, day, and date the idiotic moves that have occurred over the last 8 years. I mean, from the moment, I should say, the last 6 years. from the moment Dak began to deal with contract stuff, the moment at that point, Jerry and Steven made a wrong turn at every opportunity. When they should have gone right, they went left. When they went left, they should have gone right. When they went fast, the Dak situation worse. To the point now where this guy has every bit of legend. So Trey Lance is a problem. Yeah, that's down the list of a rudderless boat. This is a rudderless boat just floating in the ocean. It's a nice boat, but we don't know where it's going. And we're not sure how many of the rats are going to be able to keep on as we keep heading out to sea. But it's a nice boat. It's just might have a quarterback that's leaving and another one that's going to be the highest paid player in the world that everybody hates.
He is Rob Thompson of the Morning Huddle. Catch him and RJ Ochoa every morning from 6 to 10 right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Now, the San Antonio Spurs are going to go for a home win streak. Or is it a home win streak if you didn't get one of those wins technically at home? The Spurs were in Austin, and on Friday you were quite persnickety about what was going on up in Austin after the weekend had concluded, and Wemby went for 33, 15, 7, and 7 last night. Do you feel any differently today?
I feel worse. Did you see that after party? My God, Keldon, settle down, baby. Have you ever been in you ever won? Oh, that's right. It's only been it was the 15th time. So yeah, go ahead and celebrate, young man. No, man, I don't feel any better. Should I feel better?
Well, they looked better.
Well, okay. There's two separate parts to this question. Congratulations to Austin. You hosted a heck of a party, and I'm glad the Spurs offered him what they offered him. And you know what, James? Watching I don't know how to say it, and I feel like the more I say it, I need to just stop talking about it. He's going to rewrite the record books, James.
Yes.
The Wemby is a legitimate 5, will be a record. Remember when we thought that averaging a triple-double during the season was nuts until an entire team had to offer every possible opportunity to Russell to do it?
Yep.
Wemby will average a quad-double for a season in 3 years. It's there. This is a kid who is barely – there was a particular play – I get lost in the highlights that we saw yesterday. Remember, he had the ball in a fast break scenario and did the wraparound on the left side of the lane into the layup off the wrong foot. Dude, that was the most ridiculous. If that was the only play he made, that would have been enough for an ESPN top 5. But then we had the alley-oops and all the other kind of stuff. Now, he's kind of losing his shot a little bit. But the attacking of the rim, the mobility around the paint, he took Dennis Smith Jr.'s soul last night. I mean, that guy woke up in the middle of the night cold just because of what Wemby did to him. The slender man came and got him, man. That's a nightmare scenario. And he's so good. And you beg the question, why don't we see that, what we saw last night, every night? Because that's a 45-win team. Why don't we see that far more often? And why do we still hear Pop talking about his kids? Hey, we're 70 games in, baby. We're rounding the horn, baby. You are no longer rookies. I don't care who you are or where you came from. So I'm not buying this kid stuff anymore because what we saw last night.
There's a good chance, Rob, that these kids become even more kids. Remember, the Spurs have 2 firsts this year and 2 seconds.
Not a good chance. They're getting younger. There's no question they're going to get younger. But once we get the younger, I would like to see the average age stay about the same and the median age go down because of the draft. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's some age. There's some. The future holds not all those picks. You know what I mean? Some of those picks are going to head towards someplace and bring back veterans. But, they're going to get younger. But what we saw last night from the end of the season, Bob can look at these guys in the eye. And I know it was Brooklyn. It's one of the few times we're going to be more talented man for man than the teams we're playing. But that kind of game they overcame idiotic mistakes, the kind of things that have killed us over and over. They came and went, and then we watched Wemby just take over, just grab the steering wheel and land the plane. Unfortunately, it was in Austin, but he landed the plane, and it was a phenomenal performance. One that I hope we look back on and go, that was the moment he realized, you know what, he is the baddest dude on the block. And he was strutting around in overtime like he realized it, like, come at me, bring it tonight, because I own it. And you need that every night.
Last thing before I let you go, as news broke this afternoon and we're trying to figure out what's real, what's not, what's happening. If I were to tell you that the CEO of a football team had leaked the uniforms, or at least one of the new uniforms, on Reddit,
I'd have said, Jerry, what are you doing now?
Exactly. Instead, it was the owner of the Texans and CEO, Cal McNair, who drops the white and navy blue edit with the players in them, and Nico Collins and Tank Dell. I sent you what those uniforms look like. What do you think of the hype that has been surrounding these uniforms coming into them?
James, first of all, I like the uniform. It's clean. It is a clean look about it. But it ain't what I thought it was going to be.
Same.
I mean, it's a good look, but it's still the Texans. There is no. I didn't see anything even remotely what I expected. I know someplace in there might be a little splash of some powder blue, but I didn't see it. So, yeah, a bit of a letdown. But is it a leak if you own the team? Seriously?
I would think so, seeing as they were not supposed to come out until draft day.
Well, he's like a picture to his sister. I did what?
Damage control. This was on purpose.
Wow. That was to Eleanor. I don't even know. Does he have a sister? Would she be named Eleanor? Seems like she would be.
I know his wife's name's Hannah, so.
Maybe it was a text to his wife and he hit the wrong one.
Oh, man. As I get you out of here, the tournament is set. There is obviously a little bit of play with the selection committee in terms of them being able to put Nebraska and A&M in the first round together.
And the Trev Albert Bowl?
As Trev Alberts gives his very first of many of...
Howdy.
Thoughts on the tournament, and who do you like most right now?
UConn for the, what is it, second straight year, number one overall seed. They brought back everybody. Klingon's a beast, and that's they're head and shoulders the best team. History tells us there'll be two number ones that make it. It might not be the two number one highest seeds, but the two number ones are probably going to make it. And then the other two are going to be one out of nowhere and one that should or isn't a huge surprise but managed to get there. So if that tells me, I feel like I'm not sure I'm a UConn fan, but I do believe they're the best team in the tournament. So I think they're ones too. As far as what they've done, what I expect them to do, I'm picking them to win it all. If you want to hear all the dark horses and the extras all week on the Morning Huddle, we'll be going tomorrow morning. We'll look real closely at those middle ones. And we're talking about the 10, 11, 12 seeds, see where there's some value in there. And there is. There's a couple teams, and you're going to hear the regular ones, but I got one for you tomorrow. I'm going to save it. I'm teasing this for tomorrow.
Ooh,
but
okay.
I think there's a possibility here. As we head into a tournament that I thought was going to be crazy, because of the talent around the country, but because we had 5 berths stolen with a couple of crazy-ass conference title games. I think this tournament's going to go a lot more chalk than a lot of people think. We had some surprising teams grab tourney bids that really aren't the kind of quality and depth a lot of these mid-majors have had in the past. So I think there's some flashes in the pans and some pretty easy movement from the high seeds.
He is Rob Thompson. Catch him and RJ tomorrow morning on the Morning Huddle right here, 6 to 10 on San Antonio Sports Star. Rob, thanks for your time this afternoon, and I've got an update for you. There is one foursome left for the golf tournament presented by Flight by Yingling at the Golf Club of Texas. A week from today, I expect you and RJ to have that spot filled by tomorrow morning.
We will do our due diligence. Thanks, James. I got some lumber to stack.
Lumberjack Rob in the house. Catch him and RJ in the Morning Huddle every weekday morning from 6 to 10 right here on San Antonio Sports Star. When we come back, those Texans uniforms were leaked, and around the rest of the NFL, there's a lot to get to when it comes to who's where now, what quarterbacks have a chance, and what teams have done the most over this first week of free agency. That's coming up next right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM and sasportstar.com.
It's coming. It's almost here.
A 15 seed will head to the Elite Eight.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four. One winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Ulta Beauty's semi-annual beauty event is happening now. Unleash your love for beauty with 50% off daily beauty steals on hair, skin, makeup, and fragrance. Shop your favorite brands like Tarte and Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. Plus, grab perfect hair care pairs from brands like Redken and Olaplex. And check out new arrivals from brands like Charlotte Tilbury and Dyson. Shop the Ulta Beauty semi-annual beauty event online, in-store, or try pickup today. Now through March 28th. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
Getting your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt can lead to some spirited reactions.
Jackson Hewitt!
Jackson Hewitt is so sure they'll get you your biggest refund that if they don't, you get your money back plus $100.
Jackson Hewitt!
Switch to Jackson Hewitt and we'll beat what you paid last year, even if you filed online. Ain't nothing to it. Switch to Jackson Hewitt and pay less for tax prep, guaranteed. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
At LL Flooring, we've been a trusted partner to pros for over 30 years. With over 400 nationwide warehouses full of in-stock, job-ready inventory, you'll get what you need. And our exclusive pro pricing means that pros never pay retail. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. So we're going to do it right. Sign up for a free pro account today to start getting pro benefits. LL Flooring. Every step covered.
When a cold comes on strong, try DayQuil's Severe Honey flavor. The daytime, coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, so a cold won't slow you down. Get back to your day feeling relieved, enjoying the delicious flavor of DayQuil Severe Honey. DayQuil Severe Honey flavor soothes your symptoms with a delicious taste. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Here in San Antonio, if our football teams aren't winning, we make changes. So if you're losing against your non-energy efficient windows, call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631 and get a free quote for new energy efficient windows. That's 800-972-3631.
Nigel, what's up with your hair?
Joel, prices are insane these days. I'm cutting my own hair.
Folks, nobody likes paying high prices. Good news, for a limited time, all quarter moon 14-seer AC systems up to 3 tons are installed in your house for only $69.99. Now is the ideal time to take care of your home at the lowest price of the year.
Joel, I like saving money. I'm an influencer. Everywhere I go, people hand me change and say, bless your heart.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number M16004. DACLA 000743445.
This is the time of year to enjoy life. Stop letting that pain in your joints keep you from doing what you want this spring. Call QC Kinetics now. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting joint pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. It's a fact. QC Kinetics is literally transforming lives. Their advanced treatments harness your body's own natural ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Pro athletes have been doing this for decades, but now this life-changing treatment is available for you. So you can walk, run, climb stairs, play golf, and move again, pain-free. No pills, no risky surgery. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients who have reclaimed their mobility. So take action now. It's a great use of your tax refund check, by the way. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's get wild.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, SASportsStar.com. Taking a look in the bullpen on our YouTube channel. If you want to comment along with the show, feel free. Frank Mateo talking about the Texans jerseys, why they look like the Brahmas, but in white and blue. Washington steals our name, Cowboys steal our city, and now the Texans steal our jersey. Yeah, I mean, I'm indifferent on it right now. I kind of want to see because this is just the white version of it, so it's going to be very, very interesting. It's got the Bull logo on the sleeve. It is a shade of blue in the pants. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see what the other mocks of these uniform combinations look like for the Houston Texans as they are kind of ushering in a new era with CJ Stroud. But a lot's been going on in the NFL. Alexander Madison's going to the Raiders today. You've got Kenny Pickett traded to Philly last week. Justin Fields ends up in Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson announced as the starter. And that means for sure that Caleb Williams is going number 1 to the Bears. As if there was a doubt, all doubt's been taken out as Justin Fields now gets a chance in a pretty good environment up in Pittsburgh with good culture. Play under Arthur Smith and see if there's some capitalization from his second half surge last season, to which I thought was promising enough to build upon, especially with look at what Caleb Williams is going to walk through the door in Chicago with more weapons and opportunities to succeed than Justin Fields had in his entire career with the Bears. And I'm not ready to give up on Justin Fields. You saw multiple things go on in terms of quarterback movement. Mac Jones for a 6 to Jacksonville as New England is starting over potentially at quarterback, holding the 3rd overall pick in a very, very top-heavy quarterback draft where they think that they can go 1, 2, 3. And the most intriguing thing is that Keenan Allen was traded to the Bears. So now they've got Caleb Williams coming in with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. But Keenan Allen was almost a Houston Texan. As a matter of fact, you can argue that Houston offered more compensation, including the late round pick swap that they did with the Bears and Chargers. But Chicago gave up a fourth. Houston was offering their third next season. What's that mean? Well, it means Nick Caserio is all in on improving this team around CJ Stroud. Now, he missed. He also swung at Saquon Barkley, didn't get him. What happens? He goes and trades for Joe Mixon, and now he's upgraded that position for CJ Stroud. And if you remember, CJ Stroud did not have much of a run game this past season. Devin Singletary came in and eventually kind of got everything going. But even Texans tight end Dalton Schultz said the one thing that could take this thing to the next level would be that running back.
Having a group like that and a young, hungry core of like young receivers is valuable. And I think, the biggest step for us, I think going forward is being able to get the run game going consistently. Obviously that starts with, the guys playing, and I'm excited to get back in the lab and take a look at that and take a look at stuff that we could have done better. And I think, when you give CJ a very good run game, like the pass game's going to open up even more for those guys. And so for me, I think it definitely starts with the run game.
And that's what you've done. You've gone out and addressed it. And now by addressing it, there are two reasons why the run game will be significantly better. You upgrade the talent by infusing a true running back one in Joe Mixon, and the offensive line, which went through 47 different line combinations before the season even started all the way through the end of it, going to be healthy next year. And you'll get to see that offensive line that they built last year in terms of Juice Scruggs, the second-round pick, and Kenyon Green, the first-round pick from a couple of years ago, Titus Howard, Laramie Tunsil, and Shaq Mason. I do think that that's going to eventually help propel this run game to an even greater height. And if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I'm calling Houston. It seems like they are out on Dameon Pierce. Like, he just doesn't fit the scheme. So he could probably be had for a later round pick. Remember, he was initially a third, fourth round pick. You could probably get him for a fifth or sixth, and Houston may move on from him. And while the Cowboys re-sign Rico Dowdle, there's not much else behind him. Might be worth the late round compensation to go and get yourself a guy who has proven in this league that he can be a 1,000-yard rusher like he was in his rookie year in Dameon Pierce, and even keep him in the state. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. When we come back, the Spurs got Moody over the weekend as Wemby did the Wemby things that Wemby does and continues to just amaze us on a nightly basis. We'll go over it and what it means for the future of this team as it pertains to this offseason. That's coming up next right here on San Antonio Sports Star with Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 and sasportstar.com.
Time is running out. We're almost sold out. Are you playing at the Golf Club of Texas? Get on it with plenty of prizes, including a shot at $50,000 in a trip to the big game. Presented by Sierra Auto Group. Go to sasportstar.com and get signed up. A 4-person scramble, $120 per player to join, or a group of 4 can sign up together for $400. Then, after your round, join the San Antonio Sports Star gang for the after party, where the Blitz will be live at 90 Proof Bar and Grill on the corner of Highway 90 and Lucky Ranch, 10 minutes from Golf Club of Texas. It's San Antonio's Spring Golf Classic, benefiting the Will Smith Foundation, Monday, March 25th, presented by Flight by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
If you've been thinking about buying a new car or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Or if you're looking for an import, we have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. Or for your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price, in-store or online at Ancira.com.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Psst, hey, Mark, remember, getting help from Progressive is so easy. You can use the mobile app, chat with us online, or call us.
And you pick now to tell me.
I couldn't miss Little Grace's ballet recital. Oh, thanks for inviting me, by the way.
Did I?
Because you know I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I can use the mobile app if I need help. Sorry, you're in my wife's seat, though?
Oh, yeah, I gotta go anyway. Tell Grace she nailed her chassé.
Get the help you need from Progressive with our mobile app, online chat, or over the phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
At Target, our prices for Easter are so low, you can put all your eggs in one basket. Surprise them with Target exclusive Favor Day treats, like our unique chocolate bunny and a cute basket, all from just $4. Add in some fun with a 6-pack of bubbles, 50-piece sidewalk chalk, and super soft stuffed animals, all from $5. And get great family picks with new Easter looks. It's easy with women's and girls' dresses for only $20 and under. Low prices on everything for Easter? Now that's Target.
It's time, basketball bettors. It's March Mania. I'm Rob Thompson here to tell you about BetUS.com. I endorse only one sportsbook and casino, and it's BetUS.com. They've been driving to the hoop for over 30 years, and this year, BetUS has an epic three-pointer. 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. That's right. I said it. It's the industry 25% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance, and there's even more. BetUS accepts crypto and is offering a massive 200% crypto sign-up bonus. Gambler's insurance and crypto? You don't see that everywhere. You don't see it anywhere but BetUS. March Mania basketball can get even more exciting with their live in-game betting. It's also a blast to check out their casino game before and after. And where could you get a 250% casino bonus? It's BetUS. Get started by visiting BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MyBetUS to learn more about their bonuses and special offers. BetUS, it's where the game begins.
This is the time of year to enjoy life. Stop letting that pain in your joints keep you from doing what you want this spring. Call QC Kinetics now. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting joint pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. It's a fact. QC Kinetics is literally transforming lives. Their advanced treatments harness your body's own natural ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Pro athletes have been doing this for decades, but now this life-changing treatment is available for you. So you can walk, run, climb stairs, play golf, and move again, pain-free. No pills, no risky surgery. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients who have reclaimed their mobility. So take action now. It's a great use of your tax refund check, by the way. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM, SASportsStar.com. Don't forget to fill out your brackets in our bracket March Mayhem at SASportsStar.com. And while you're there, you've got a foursome. It's your last chance because our golf tournament only has one foursome left in it. It's presented by Flight by Yingling at the Golf Club of Texas. Hole-in-one trip to the big game by Ansira Auto Group. Be sure to sign up at sasportsstar.com because it won't last to Monday. I promise you that. And it might not last through tomorrow morning. So get signed up. I was wondering what the vibe was like in Austin. And Frank called in on the phone lines. He said he was in Austin. He was at the game. Frank, what was the vibe like in Austin for the Spurs up there? Because I'm intrigued by the whole Moody experience and the Spurs experience, especially now that it is on, steroids with Wemby mania here.
Well, the one thing I will say is the stadium is very intimate. It's a very beautiful stadium. It's real. You're a lot closer to the action. Mm-hmm. And in the first half, it was pretty quiet. A little bit of crowd noise, but in the second half, you could really feel that the Spurs actually believe they can win this game. And it felt about like 5 years ago. It was an energy. You actually felt excitement in the stadium.
All right. So I know they had a lot going on up in Austin along with the Spurs, including concerts. South by Southwest was going on. So I was wondering if that would affect the turnout, the vibe, the amount of people that showed up to the game with everything that was going on in town up there this weekend.
Not only that, it was sold out. Nobody left. The whole stadium was completely there for the entirety of the game. And because there wasn't a lot of corporate sponsors, everybody who sat down low was actually cheering and into the game. It was completely different than your Trust Bank Center where a lot of times down low, it's not as much excitement.
All right, Frank. There are certain people like Rob Thompson on the Morning Huddle who feel a certain type of way about the team going up to Austin. And for me, I don't feel as hurt or betrayed by it. And it feels like a nice little shot for the fandom that lives just about an hour north of here.
Well, I'll say they will never move there. The stadium cannot support the team. But as a fan, I really enjoy the different experience and the pageantry of going up there for a game.
All right. Well, I appreciate the phone call, Frank. Thanks for calling in, my man.
Definitely. Thank you.
It was Frank, man. I was wondering, and it sounds like an awesome vibe to at least check out a game. So if you got a chance, maybe next year, check it out up in Austin as Wemby dominated 33, 15, 7, and 7. Once again, just an insane stat line. Defensive Player of the Year. Write it down, book it, vote for it. Voters, don't be afraid of this.
This is SportsCenter. I'm Nick DeLuca. A pair of bubble playoff teams in the Eastern Conference matching up tonight. The Sixers and the Heat. In Philadelphia, Miami has won back-to-back games in both meetings between the two teams this year, but no Jimmy Butler or Tyler Hero for Miami tonight. Tobias Harris sitting for the Sixers. Philadelphia on top by 3, 24-21, 2:49 to go in the first quarter. Tyrese Maxey leading the way for the Sixers, has 14 early points on 5 of 8 shooting. Bam Adebayo pacing the Heat, 9 points on a perfect 4 of 4 from the field. The game on ESPN TV. In the NCAA tournament, March Madness